Good morning everyone. Welcome back to grade 5 mathematics class. How are you all doing today? Today we are starting a new chapter, chapter 7, patterns and symmetry. So we have learned the basics of patterns and symmetry in your lower classes. So today let's have a recall session. We'll recall some of the basic concepts that we have already learned regarding this topic. So the first thing, let's talk about symmetry. What do you mean by symmetry? When do you say when an object or shape is symmetrical? You see some examples here. You see these figures given here. And you can see an imaginary line or a dashed line passing through each of these figures. Each of these figures can be folded or divided along these dashed lines into identical halves. So such shapes or figures that can be divided or folded into identical or equal halves along a line are called symmetrical shapes or symmetrical objects, and such shapes or objects are said to have symmetry. This type of symmetry in which objects can be divided into identical halves along a line. This type of symmetry is called line symmetry. Clear? Line symmetry. And these shapes or objects similar to these kind, when divided or folded along this line, will give you two parts, and these two parts will be mirror images or reflection of the other part. So the two parts, after folding them into identical halves or dividing them into identical halves, will be mirror images or reflection of each other. And these two parts will be of the same shape and size, just like in these cases. Clear? This part will be the same in size and shape to the other part, or it will be a mirror image. Same is the case with other examples as well. Hope this is clear to you. Now, you have a few more examples that you can see here. Here you have the letter A, the English letter A. See, if you draw a line like this and if you fold it along the line, or if you cut it along this line, you'll get two identical halves which will be mirror images or reflection of the other part. Same is the case with this flower, this butterfly and the square. And this imaginary line is called the line of symmetry, or it is also called the axis of symmetry or a mirror line. So a line of symmetry or axis of symmetry or mirror line. And see, for the letter A, you can see only one line of symmetry, whereas in the case of a flower and in the case of a square, you can see more than one line of symmetry. But in the case of a butterfly, there is only one line of symmetry. The left and the right sides will be mirror images or reflection of the other part. So it is possible that the same object or shape can have more than one line of symmetry. Clear? Now, let's see some examples of where we can see symmetry or specifically line symmetry in nature. See, line symmetry can be found in both creatures and plants in nature. Here are a few examples: a butterfly, a starfish, a flower, the face of a tiger. You can see line symmetry in lots of creatures and plants around us. And here you can see the picture of a human body, and there is the picture of a house. So human bodies and man-made objects can have line symmetry. In the case of a human body, the left and the right sides will be symmetrical. And what do you say when an object or shape is not symmetrical? We say it is an asymmetric object or an asymmetric shape. So we saw the basics of symmetry. Now we'll talk about patterns. Generally, when something is happening repeatedly or regularly, we say we have a pattern. And when we talk about a pattern of designs, see, the designs repeat. Here is a simple example. You can see the designs repeat to form a pattern. And when we talk about number patterns, the numbers may not repeat. So when we talk about number patterns, it means we have a sequence or series of numbers that are generated based on a logic or based on a rule. and it is not needed that the numbers repeat. Here you can see a few examples of number patterns. The first one, 30, 36, 42, 48. None of the numbers are repeating, but the numbers are generated based on a logic or a rule. In this case, can you identify what is that logic? In the case of the first series or sequence or the number pattern, see, 6 is added to each number to get the next number. 30 plus 6, 36. 36 plus 6, 42. 42 plus 6, 48. And what could be the next number? It should be 48 plus 6. What is it? It should be 54. And the next number would be 54 plus 6, and the series or the sequence goes on. And what about the next example? 15, 18, 21, 24. Can you identify what is the logic of this number sequence or number pattern? See, in this number pattern, 3 is added to each number to get the next number. Like 15 plus 3 is 18, 18 plus 3 is 21, 21 plus 3 is 24. Then what should be the next number? It should be 24 plus 3, which is equal to 27. Now let's see the third case. 60, 70, 80, 90 and dash. See, the numbers are increasing with a difference of 10, or you have tens written here. 60 plus 10 is 70, which is the next 10, it is 80, then 90. So what should be the next number? It should be 100. Now, the last one, 100, 200, 300, 400, the numbers are proceeding in terms of hundreds. 100, 200, 300, 400, what should be the next number? It should be 500, and it may go on like that. So these are a few examples of number patterns. You can have many different types of logic for creating number patterns or sequences. So children, today as a homework, you have to go through the Let's Recall page in your textbook, which is in page number 114. There, a few exercises are given. Very simple exercises are given regarding symmetry and patterns. So you go through them and work out these questions in your notebook. And in the next page, which is page number 115, you can see the heading Math Around Us. Please go through that. It is an interesting conversation between a son and his father. So that's all for today, children. We will meet in the next class with a new topic. Till then, bye.